and welcome back to my channel. So if you don't know my series already, you can see by the title that I have been reviewing the BH Cosmetics Birthstone palettes. So I have been doing it since almost last year, January, and I have been reviewing it every single month, posting every single month this review. So we are at the final birthstone, and that is turquoise for December. I will link all of my reviews in the description. There's a lot, so we are finally at the end, and like I said, these are from BH Cosmetics, the Birthstone series. Every single first of the month they were launching this palette for each month. So I grabbed it, of course, on the first day of the month, and I ordered it, and it does come in, it does take I would say a good amount of time to come here. I got mine maybe like a few days ago, so, and it's currently like the 12th, so it does take me a little bit to get it, to sit down and review it, so just bear with me. And I am in the midst of holiday season at work, so it's been very, very crazy, which is why I haven't posted so much, but I will make sure that I get this one up. Alright, so this is the turquoise palette for December. And I already kind of took a peek and I was like, ooh, because it looks kind of fun. Turquoise is actually a really pretty color. It was my mom's favorite color was teal, so these are definitely like something my mom would like. So there you go. There's the palette. I'm actually quite impressed with the layout. We're not going to get into too deep of colors, but I love this glitter so far. Alright, so let's go ahead and swatch this, because I really want to know what I'm working with here and if it's going to be good. So we're going to start off with the shade Turquoise, which is the main shade. Influential is the top shades. Good Vibes and Ambitious. There's Turquoise. I'm kind of surprised this is such a light color, but I guess turquoise does kind of fluctuate in different colors. This one's Influential, pretty. Good Vibes, which is a matte teal. Ambitious, which is like a darker brown. Nice. Last three. Got those. And there is Friendly, nice transition shade. Wise, which is a gold. And Wild Thing, which is the glitter. So there you go. There's all the shades for the BH Cosmetics Turquoise palette. They look promising. They are giving me, and I don't know, this is how long I've been in this, well, not too long, but like, if you remembered the Urban Decay Beached palette, this is giving me that vibe right now. So yeah, it says you can't be tamed turquoise. So we're going to go ahead and try this out. I'll zoom you in. I already have my eyes primed, no concealer as you could see. And we're going to go ahead and see how this performs. Alright, oh man, I have some bags. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and start with the darkest color, which is going to be Ambitious. And we're going to just get our Peridot brush from the BH Cosmetics. They also came out with brushes in the Birthstone. Love anything Birthstone, anything Zodiac. I'm just obsessed. Alright, so we've got the base part. I always put my dark colors on first. Interesting. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and get a blending brush here. And we're going to do the Friendly shade, because I just don't see me using the turquoise on my lids just yet. So we're just going to use this to blend it out. It's not blending out very well. I don't know why it's like translating a little dusty. It's weird. When it hits that brown, it kind of turns it a little gray. I don't know if it's just me or what. Could be the primer too that I'm using. I'm just kind of trying to blend this out. It did lighten a lot. Alright, so we got that blend out. It did lighten, well, because the primer that I had is the Pero Primero primer from Alamar Cosmetics, and that one's a little bit stickier, so it kind of grabbed that brown a little too harshly, and now it's kind of a little bit lighter than I want, but that's okay. We're going to go ahead, what was I going to do? Yeah. So this does not have brow bone shade. So we're going to pull one. I'm just going to grab a random palette at this point. Do I have any good? I think I have them in my, yeah. I'm going to pull this one. This is from my Estee Lauder Nudes palette from the Beauty Box last year. I like this one because it's not so bright, because I don't want it to be super, super bright. I just want to be able to put some brow bone color in there and also diffuse a little bit of that brown. That's all I need. Alright, we're going to do the lid shade. I'm going to take, this is my Citrine brush, and we've got to take the turquoise shade because I think that's going to be it. Ooh. That is actually really nice. My base is so sticky that I do have to kind of go back in and go over it. It's quite pretty. Alright, we're going to do the Ambitious shade, and we're going to just fluff that towards turquoise to kind of make that nice blend there. So far so good. It's not as dark as I'd like it, but that's okay. Alright, so now that we've got everything pretty much cleaned up, actually I'm going to go back through here and just kind of softly retouch. I am liking this combination though. Alright, so we're going to go into, we're going to do the turquoise on the bottom. That sounds pretty good. So we're going to take just a little smudger brush here, and we're just going to smudge that turquoise on the bottom. And then I'm just cleaning off my brush here. I'm going to use Friendly, which is this shade right here, that kind of blending shade, and then we're just going to buff it into the turquoise shade. Just like that. Blinked really weird. Could be just me. That or the color combo's just not working. That could be it too. I'm going to take a little bit more turquoise and just kind of smudge that a little more. Just like that. That looks a lot better. Alright, so I'm going to take, I kind of want Wise somewhere else. Let's do Influential. We're going to take Influential and put that in the inner corner here, like on the lower lash line. Then we'll clean off the brush, take Good Vibes, which is that turquoise, and just kind of softly blend them together there. Alright, so we do need an inner corner color, and I want to use the turquoise really bad because that's just been calling my name. So we're going to grab our NYX glitter glue and just kindly pop a little bit on the back of the hand. Take a little there, and then just kind of pop it on the inner corner. I tend to do this with every palette. I take the glitter shade and pop it in the inner corner. Just what I am digging these days. Alright, so we're going to take the glitter, which is Wild Thing, and we're just going to kind of lightly press it. Bit too dark for my inner corner, but it's going to have to work. Want to make sure it's nice and even and not choppy. Whoa, that's some intense teal, but I kind of like it. I like that. Alright, so we have one color we didn't use, and we're going to use it in the angle there. So that's Wise, which is the gold one. And we're just popping it right there. Just like to have that little like accent in my eye look. Cool. Alright, so I'm going to finish my eyes, my face, off camera, and then I'm going to come back on and let you know how I think about the palette. Alright, so here's the look. I really do like it. I actually really like the way it came out. But like I said, it's very Urban Decay beached vibes, so I did enjoy that palette. I had it a long time ago, and I used it up. This is really, really pretty. I love it. I really love it. Alright, so turquoise has got my attention. I loved the glitter shade, of course. It's a nice deep teal, and it adds a little something to the look. I'm wondering why this is so light, but I guess, I don't know. Turquoise is kind of different shades of teal, so I understand that, I guess. I do wish this shade was a little darker, just to kind of like really, you know, give it some more depth. Other than that, I really don't have any complaints. I like the gold. I like the champagne color. I like this one didn't. Okay, so here's my drawback. When I blend these two together, and it could be my primer, it's not necessarily the palette, it's more the primer. This one lightened this one really weirdly, and I think it was my primer. So not necessarily the palette, but the primer. So I won't be using that primer with this palette. I know that primer works for certain things. I usually like to use it for more metallic looks, but when I'm putting mattes on, it does grab the matte color very dark, and then when you blend it out, it's kind of difficult to blend out. So that is not the palette's fault. It's more my my primer. But honestly, I really liked it, but these two didn't blend very well. I mean, they're kind of almost opposite of the color spectrum, so I could see why they didn't blend very well. But I did manage to make it work, so honestly, no complaints. No complaints whatsoever. Alright, so love the turquoise palette. Nice way to end my year with a year full of BH Cosmetics palettes. So this is definitely something you want to pick up if you like the Urban Decay Beached palette, or if you like those really pretty teals with, like, you know, this is a very summery, I would say this is a very summery palette, even though this is a December palette. So if you want like summer vibes in December, there you go, you've got that. I did get mine on sale for $9, or no, actually no, it's usually $9, but I got it on sale for, I think, $6. It was like, of course, Black Friday and all that stuff, and Christmas sales have been going on online. So I got mine on sale, and yeah, it came out to like half the price. I think it was half off or something like that, which I was surprised because it's a brand new palette. So yeah, love that. Alright, so we're going to rate the palettes now. Alright, so we're going to rate these palettes. I have 12 total. There you go. A lot of palettes there. I am going to start from the worst to the best, and I'm kind of going through my palettes right now. I'm like, ooh, which one did I like again? Which one did I not like again? It's taking me back. So it's going to probably be this almost the same as I've had it. But we'll see. Alright, so bottom of the list is going to be my birth month, Opal, for October. I didn't like how light this was. I mean, I understand Opal is a white stone with facets of light pastel-y colors. I just didn't like it. I don't like pastels. That's the thing. I don't like pastels. That's pretty much my preference. Did it perform pretty well? I think it performed pretty well. I would probably start using this with black bases to make me kind of get more into that, because I know I've used, what was it, that Pastel Goth from Kat Von D when it was Kat Von D. I used that one, but I would use a black base to really make them pop, and after a while I just couldn't use pastel colors because it makes my eyes look really small. So I need depth. That's what I need. I need dark shades to add depth, and this doesn't have anything like that, but I do like the idea. I hated this color. It was awful. I hate baby blues. But yeah, I didn't like it. I didn't like it. On its own, on a standalone palette, it just doesn't work. This is more of like an enhancing palette, and I just didn't like pastel colors, so that's why it's at the bottom. Second to the bottom is going to be my Aquamarine one. I'm so sad because like mine and my husband's are just like not the good ones. Just because our stones are very light, so I wanted to at least for them to pop in a color for depth, because it's eyeshadow. You can't really stay super true to the stone itself. You got to kind of add something in there to create a look, and it was just kind of hard for me to create a look. This one I just didn't like, of course, the baby blue shade. I didn't like those warm tones. It didn't make sense to me. It just didn't work. Like these kind of tones, like warm browns, work with teals, not baby blues or dark blues, so it just didn't work. So that's why I didn't like it. And it did have a nice brow bone shade, I'll give it that. It just didn't like the fact that it was just kind of, I didn't like this. Like, you missed an opportunity here. I wish they would have done this in a baby blue glitter instead of like something that would look like an opal. So that's second to last. Oh, geez. I think my third to last is going to be Amethyst. I like purple, but I don't. I didn't like that they put a rose gold glitter. They could have done, because rose gold, I don't see that in Amethyst at all. They could have done a purple glitter right there. That would have been pretty. And then a dark, dark purple to add more depth instead of having the same mid-tone range in different like undertones of purple. This one did work very well. It is very purple, but the rest of it just didn't work, and I didn't get this like icy bluish purple. I did not get that one. So that's why that one is third to last. Fourth to last. It was a toss-up, but I think I'm going to go with Ruby. What kind of like made me really like it was the red glitter. This is too pinky tone for a ruby shade. And then I wish they would have went deeper with the browns or put a maroon in there, like a nice dark maroon. The red was pretty orangey, and so was this red, so I felt like when I put the look together, it was more orange than it was ruby. You know what I mean? So this came off too orange for me. Alright, next, and I didn't want to put this at that, but I had to. The Citrine palette. I loved it. I really did. I liked it. And then I was just like, oh, yellows. It does a better job because I hate, if you know me, I hate the Urban Decay Honey palette. Hate it. So that was always my task for like any new girls that would come to my counter, is they would, when we could do makeup applications, to apply the honey palette on me and make me like it. And only one girl did a really good job doing that, and you know, she was a seasonal, so I was really sad to lose her, but she was great at selling things. She was awesome. But she made me not love it, but deal with the honey palette, so that was good. That's a good aspect. But I hate the honey palette. I don't like yellow tones on my eyes. It makes me look super, super washed out and like sleepy. So, but this one had more depth than the honey palette, but I just don't like yellows. I really don't. The glitter was nice. The glitter was interesting. It has little flecks of green and blue in there, which is nice. This does have everything that the Citrine palette would expect to have. The yellow's pretty, and they've got a dark brown in there, so that's pretty good, but I just didn't like it on my eyes. Alright, next. Ooh, this was a toss-up, but I think I'm going to put Emerald. I moved it up a little more because I've been playing with it. I wish this was a green glitter. The big drawback to this one, why I didn't like it in the first place, is because it was more olive than it was emerald. And I'm like, why? Missed opportunity. This is too olive. This needs to be like green, not like olive or mossy green. But there was an olive green here, a cool tone brown. I'm like, when I think emerald, I think of really bright, vivid greens, very pretty greens. So this just didn't have that pretty green. But when I've been using it, and I've been liking it, but it's just not an emerald palette. And then I wish it did a glitter that was emerald color. Missed opportunity. Alright, next. It's a toss-up between Pearl. Yeah, I mean, I would say, so let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, now we're going into the top 6. So the bottom of the pack of the top 6 is going to be Peridot. Peridot was really, really pretty. I loved it. It did a good job. I thought the glitter was excellent because it is that, you know, Peridot color. I just didn't like the yellow and this peach color. Those two didn't really do it for me. I like that they had a darker green. This shade is pretty. It's perfect. So this one, I think the only drawback I had was the yellow and the peach color. So didn't understand the peach color. The next one that I like is going to be Pearl. So this one's going to be more of a neutral palette for me, and it worked because I just wish this was a smidge darker. But I did like the fact that it did play on those different shades of pearls. This shade, though, you find in the Aquamarine palette, so it's a duplicate. So I'm like, wait, why did you put another one in there? But anyways, I digress. It did come out to a really nice neutral palette. It just doesn't have a brow bone shade for me to make it a complete palette. I'd have to pull from other palettes. Alright, next. Alright, I think I'm going to say Garnet. Garnet, I do love. It kind of dropped a little bit, but that's okay. I didn't like the fact that there was a black glitter in there. I like the black glitter, but I just wanted it to be a dark red. This needed to be darker. I do like this red here. Didn't understand the white shade. It didn't make sense. This was the first palette, so maybe they're just testing the waters about it. This one does work as a brow bone shade. It's a little bit darker than I expect, but it works. So this one is 4th in the best palettes. Alright, Sapphire is my next one. I was scared to use it at first because it was so greenish, and I was like, why is there teals? I do wish this was a blue glitter, but it, you know, when I put the palette together on my eyes, it actually worked really, really nicely. It just was beautiful. I loved all of the shades together. It was very blue, like this is a very blue shade. It looked purple in the pan, so I was like, wait a minute. But I understand that sapphires do have multifaceted blues and greens and purples, but I wanted it to be super, super, super blue. Like, this is what, like, even though it's not super blue, this is what I expected from the Emerald palette and didn't get. Like, super green, but didn't work. It was olive. And then this one ended up being super blue, even though it didn't look blue, if that makes sense. Alright, now my top 2. Turquoise has made it to number 2 because honestly, I love these shades. I loved the beach palette. It was beautiful. It worked, and this look is just, I'm just loving it. It's just really summery, and it worked. There was some drawbacks to, like, and it was the primer's fault. I do wish this one was just a smidgen more dark, but still warm. I love this glitter. It's my favorite glitter. I loved it. And then they have a teal. Like, this one made sense. This one definitely made sense because there are, like, sometimes golds mixed in with the turquoise, so this definitely made sense. They spent their time on this one. This one I feel like is the most represented gemstone because a lot of them have, like, yes, Sapphire has those blue green tones. Of course, Opal has those pastel-y colors and it represents the stone well, but this one just, it can complete an eye look. So I loved the turquoise one. And last but not least, you know this is my favorite. This is my all-time favorite. This is the diamond one. This is my son's birthstone. And I absolutely loved it because everything I need. This is a standalone palette for me. Has a dark colors, got 2 transition shades, beautiful brow bone. It's got some shimmers, and then of course the glitter is silver like I expected because when I think of diamonds I think of silver. So I really love this one. It works perfect as the smoky eye. I've been using it as a halo eye. Like, it's been working. So this is my all-time favorite one because it just has the tones that I gravitate towards. Alright, so I have rated all 12 of the birthstone palettes from BH Cosmetics. I'm finally done. I can finally wrap this series up and be done. And I'm so proud of the fact that I stuck through this whole thing and committed to getting all of these palettes. I will definitely be keeping these throughout, you know, until they're used and gone because these ones are fun and they're very nice collector pieces for me because I love anything that's zodiac sign and anything that's birthstone. So I love stuff like that because I don't know, I just like themes. I love themes. But it was a fun adventure to really dive into BH Cosmetics just a little bit more. I mean, I've used BH Cosmetics in the past. I've had their zodiac palettes, and I still do. I have the Love Sign palette, and then I also have the regular zodiac palette, which I absolutely love. And I've been liking, you know, their shadows, and they're so cheap. So that's why I like them even more because they're so cheap. And if you want a nice dupe of something or you just didn't want to drop that much money on a palette, this one's definitely something you want to try out. I love it, love it, love it. And the birthstones are all available still on the website, and I know in December it's going to have lots of sales, and probably after Christmas they'll have some sales. So if you find one in my series that you like, let me know which one you grabbed so that way I know which one you liked. And let me know what you thought about the whole series. If you want me to do it again, I will do it again. But of course, don't pick an expensive brand because that's expensive for every month. But, you know, I really, really loved all of this. It was fun. It was a lot of fun. I know, and I was kind of keeping my eye out. There is a Shein Zodiac series. And I was like, ooh, that would be my next one, I think. But having to do that all again, it's a lot of work. But anyways, I digress. I really enjoyed doing all this. I hope you guys did too. This is my finale for my birthstone series, and I'm so happy you guys stuck along with me. And whether you agreed with my choices of what's the best and what's not, that's, I mean, to each their own. It just depends on what you gravitate towards as an individual. Not everybody gravitates towards the same thing. This, to me, like, I definitely enjoy these colors, so they make my eyes look really, really, you know, nice. Brings out some colors and tones in my actual eye color, so that's why I like it. So yeah, I enjoyed this. Definitely recommend all of these palettes. and I can in future videos maybe show you how I've been using them, maybe in a tutorial, who knows. But thank you guys so much for watching my video. Thank you so much for sticking by with me and being patient while I get through holiday at work. I apologize for my lack of posting. It's just been so busy. I think I've missed a week, and I don't like missing weeks, but it's so hard when I'm always at work. And I'm so exhausted when I get home. And on my days off, I just want to get stuff done, and I have errands to run, Christmas shopping. It's just so much to do. So I apologize for being not consistent, but I will promise New Year I will get more consistent, and I will want to do a Q&A with you guys so that you can give me some more pointers on maybe like what content you would like in the future. So just let me know. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.